The VIX is at an interesting juncture, and I want to take a look at it with you here on the monthly, then the weekly, then the daily candlestick charts. So if you're new here, I'm Hema Reddy. I use price, time, and momentum to boost my trading, that of my tribes, and I'm a technical analyst, focusing again on price, time, and momentum as my trifecta. So looking at this monthly chart of the VIX Volatility Index, you can see I have these two lines that have been on here for some time. Okay, the blue horizontal line is a price ceiling for the VIX. So it'd be resistance for the VIX, but support for the market, right? The S&P or the Dow. And the pink line is VIX support, which would be resistance for the S&P or Dow. So you can see we are breaking below this week, finally, these levels from 2021 on the VIX. This is huge. Keep in mind, though, that this VIX weekly bar, or I should say this VIX monthly bar, is not over. So there's room for it to snap back, okay? But at least we have, for the first time in 2 years, a return to these levels of 1410 and 1425. So that's number one. Going to the weekly chart, those same levels are represented. Okay. And if we look at more price history, which I can do by changing the view on the chart, so now I can see more price history, I can add in an additional important level of support, which is the November 2019 low, August of 2018, and then 8.56, which is the low of November of 2017. So I like going a few levels at a time, okay? Nothing too far out. And for the resistance that's nearby on the chart, again, for the broad market, it would be the opposite, it would be support. Most obvious are these highs on the VIX from May, okay, early and late in that month. Then we have this entire key range here. So all parts of it are important to me. The low, the middle, and the top of it. All right. So I'm going to leave that on my weekly bars, but then go ahead and change this chart to a daily if I want to do deeper analysis. First, I want to glance at the prepared daily chart I have. It's not reflective of all these changes to see what's gone on since I last came into this chart. So I'm just deleting some old annotations here. And yeah, that same key long-term level is being pushed below, which is good news for the broad market, right? All right, so I'm seeing a clear downtrend on the VIX, another move lower starting. So now I'm going to go back to that weekly chart. I'm going to simply change this weekly chart to a daily chart so that it can have all my new annotations that were there. And here's what I'm seeing for the VIX. I've just added in a forecast for the VIX to head down to 7.75 by June 29th. So that's Thursday, June 29th. And this is based off of my forecasting techniques. I have beginner level foundational ones in the loss forecasting trading system, and then I take it up a notch in the advanced loss forecasting system. And the techniques to come up with this result are taught there. I'm just showing you the results deployed. In the near term, okay, if the VIX continues beneath these supports we identified from the weekly chart, that's where I think we're headed. That would be great news for the broad market, that we're potentially on the verge of a turn higher. But remember, just like with that monthly candle that's not done, just because we're starting to move below a key level in the VIX doesn't mean we're going to get a lot of mileage from that. So if the market starts to turn higher and we see a move above this 1506 level here, so now this is deriving from the daily chart, not the weekly or monthly, then that would offer scope for further recovery towards a zone of resistance here between 1840 and 1870. So again, outlook is for the VIX to drop lower into 775 by June 29th, while it stays below 1506. If it instead ramps up above 1506, watch out for that mid 18 to 19 range. And this is a really important market to monitor, guys, because it's the fear gauge of the market, and how the VIX moves is very closely related to how the S&P and the Dow move. So especially if you're trading options out there, you want to keep tabs on this, and I'll keep tabs on it and update my tribe next time I see a key level or a key turn that I want you all to be on top of. Catch you next time.